Bibia Kwaba higher Daakye 97.5 FM Emra Sosia Mantam Dun Sama Dika Edit here was a move for son so cry Jason Safufu Yade Baba some Savia Prem Tobra Akan Kasia our Daakye 97.5 FM Kasia ya to pete Ghana ya ba fonte ya wodo nyira so twa no ho frede wo Facebook wo kwa wata konfo ade atese so ewia nsam ne de bedi mo be akwetine enie
When William Farmer Ibrahim, one of Chief Tansi, and for Religious Affairs Minister, what is over to the District Assembly Common Fund, Mobeba.
Enrada Public Account Committee adi wani kwa pia mo awa santimantemu na ayadia sa mention note masebe jeni wasai aka committee fwe ehundu wakasa wajamsa nukwasa nye MMDCs no wamasama ya wamubisa wamu ya no entasu mukra
National Disaster Management Organization nan credit ya wamu krabata watu mantemu wanu adesema betuja afa galamse ya nonso agentna wamaigane muhimu
Ranking member on Parliament Energy Committee wakasa agwa jamso ya fango bwa guridi kwosrono nanka nyesa fata wasa penifwashe yimfiri wonoma aya 1 cedi levy to aneda so nembom aya magwa kwa yasa fango no ne dodua wo mamu haseno ani yatesu
yabekwatama na ntaba ne sa ukopia mu watama Technical Institute enkwade ne super ewie obati mu nkyeremu
na ayadio sanan santam ne yadi tuja yetamsa wani manyafo wahwe nyina mahwadene samso womonam che transformers awodo dada wose womu yini afofo fransi anan no ayadio se na dwumadia womu disese ne de womatime de 2500 nationwide womu di mababia
sese kamia kwa se wa assembly member no amba wontebe pa chopa ma wompota mo yentime nya pudu dwuma ma ade na ne Ubechipa amwasan so ya mebia ya mucheba baba ensebi kawo mu anyway ya tena se aboabo no so so kwaji se bi komiso we bekinkan ya da mawo se bi apram tuwa kan ni kase mo kuro je ya funso bi edu ya pepa on se fufu se akado ya bekinkan adama Daakye 97.5 FM ye dikada to ni Mr Facebook edem live aso ho tukọ Daakye a anu so benya no wetima bo ne kwoma na wetimi so mu say yes kasa wona taste ankasa na wo say krom gasa say wi wo to ne say da frawo nya sam ketwa wo say wo ba wade na wo pa bia ya wo ba ma chesa wade de bekoso ara be din to na wo ba beto dwumedi a wudi e bia na wo be hia say nkonwa ne canopies a wodu a wo ni nyina no wo sabe ka be ko say krom gasa so no makache afei na wawale na afei so no wo pa chesa ba bia be kokodi hanimun amadu makoye eso da ma wo de ne wo say krom gasa ubetimi akohona na wonne utasa ukanchi mafufu new couples nta ubetimi akwakoda mekyese monkoja home na wobekoye eso timi edamamo na wobetiri kwan awonsa wom doburo ewo se kon wo mebutu wo ni Blue Sky Stadium no eso na ban na ma obefre na wono medi nkomo 020595 de median 02 0595 727 079 na wono mo so timi edi nkomo fei 0244 766 178 anosu ya nama wono se krom gasa sampere fo betimi edi nkomo afaso na de man so timi akoyie ade ama otie mi na weekend se be edi minim se dwumedi ahudo de bebrebe wetimi nkenkan womo wale de woja na yira na ne kuna wade eno so doso de want ni bedin birthday parties ahudo dwumedi doso papa na abani se ndokodoko de ahudo wo becha de yensuo e se nsuo mu yadwunu ana wuntimi ntam fridge enkonkozi dwumedi na se ma wonfa nsuo mu de abanya ice block edi egu drinks ne wonso so ma mu adwunu e wetimi ngimi de asam ahofo ama no makoye de ma na no patroti ai asanse Mr Daakye waseme mfantu ani Mr wope ice block papa ye freeze ye bo so from dia na kachi na benya no esuaba ana omutuo na wase wutemi na mpacho dwumedi ahoda mabo so benya ice block na wetimi de gu nsuo no drinks so a wo fra no pa obaje so wo achichi ni benche fa ko wo bia de babra wo ama no makoye edam je na wore ne ankasa mfata telefone yi so 0202 876 922 0202 876 922 wo fra na wabaje so na fe wono enso edi enkomo nwekwa wudo bi ka wo ho ana wie yi won aboya tudom wi apram tubra kan kase Daakye 97.5 FM so yi yabekin kanye enso de amawo
ewie apasma kamie no a wotie ni ewie ayame Nana Benny Abnasoji, the news contractor, many.
Nana Chan Ebuseni Dia Menso Mejiso. Ebusaba na majapa yankwa ne mai na sese waso afọ man wono no hwe chese chief chance religious affairs yebra Ahmed Ibrahim na baba bontin ni nsaba betu gane wo kire mu sai sese chese district assembly common for the baba bontin se budo se kutu se bam ni sunya sika ketwa eti sese ya si ni DC rufa na ai abansi kamaye enuti na yesi efia wa mempota mu ebi wa na sai district assembly common fan maye eti MC jumedi o se mitimi dia na mitimi dia excuse bebre wa pani wo chum se free say mbisi aban ya Ghana man pani his excellency John Dramani Mahama eso echese ebeda no yi oh district assembly common fan na dan abase kutu se bam na wo chire mo efia fi pinu na bedu na 2024 ana tise mampani sha sasa de wo bobo hu fans ya be yanka na 362 million Ghana cedis ana na eba na mampani aba ye hu se e de o sesike odi bi ka hu esa zo bu wa ne mpeso woda no ana menso woda no na asopa enti sika no odi bi ka wa bo ma ne dwumedi a wodi anu so timi akọ nanim anu ti mampani ni nyansa woni misusuo mu na de opede mu 5 billion top up Ghana cedis ana odi sika yi ekodu ye enti mprempren busumi bia na anya kwa na assembly bia 5 billion de assembly ho ye de na betom se puchu mu fanya duma ma assembly no enti say we MMDC we are one yo na ne honorable Salam say de temian ese 5 billion no ye de ya ba enti so mo ha de ba say net sempundu nyuma hu de wo say eye no sa 5 billion no I say mudi ye we mo nya for Ahmed Ibrahim what is them say and what they atuja
97.5. 14 months that we've been in Parliament, not even a single loan has come for approval. We've not taken a loan, we've not approved any loan, but the constitutional indication of allocation of 252, 5% is being sent frequently. Where is President Mahama getting this money? And what has changed? Reset means when you block all the loopholes and all the leakages and prioritize well, you can do the releases as and when the time comes. And that is what we are all seeing. So, in the first quarter, an amount of 987 million Ghana cedis was released to the administrator of this Assembly Common Fund. Per the law, 80% of that was to be sent to the district assemblies. And out of that, 790 million was sent to the MMDEs as 80% of the money. Then for the second quarter, 1.8 billion was sent. And out of that, 1.4 billion was disbursed at 80% of the MMDEs. The third quarter, 1.46 billion was sent. And out of that, 1.18 billion was sent at the 80%. On the last quarter, 1.9 billion was sent as the total grant figure. Out of that, 1.592 billion was sent directly to the MMDs at the 80%. And this was to be used for the development projects in each MMDA.
97.5 FM.
The approved guidelines as follows. At least every district assembly was to build at least 2 cheap compounds, at least 3 classroom blocks, at least 25% of the money for 24-hour economy market, at least 10% for furniture, at least 10% for boreholes, at least 10% for sanitation, and at least at most 5% for recurrent expenditure. My brothers and sisters, these were the compliance indicators. District assemblies have so many sources of money. Yours is to economic viability is one of the criteria for creation of districts. Yours is to create an improvised means of generating money locally. So the common fund is not your only fund. You have other funds. And that's why we said you can use, out of this, you can use only 5%. The rest is for developmental infrastructure. Let the people fill the central government.
I will send you a quantity. I will for Ahmed Ibrahim. One I was so for local government minister. And I just wanted somebody to get you with a district assembly common funds. I am pening. And I'm in penny for Andy Bay. I will make your pa. Said you made your you assembly beer and district piano. I was empty for Timothy. Now,
97.5 FM.
Young Bushi near Fabiaka Senko Pemo. I was sentiment temwe. And rather, I just Public Account Committee and penny for Eco Piemo. I will hold Wamuquano Quasamye. Send in Raya to Ja Edin Cantama war and their sentiment so for penny. What you are more war 2 pa. Now, mention note, my Sabajani one also work a Public Account Committee. You won't abie. Now, work a sa what James MMDC is free. I come here, Quaquayasa and Sembi Woho near to a mano baba near your mood, Comania Bisa Wamwa. Wamanu ya wamata bano no kwasemnie and tosni waman samanka ya bisa wamu o abiasi kai aba ya modi ya den modi ya se o ya di ya se ya chemu mienu ya chemu ana ya chemu du wajamu se ya waman samka ya no kwasemnie anya dia sa etoso mukra wonu manyamfo kwasi kunadu wono ana den samwe adituja
97.5
especially the ones who talk about the revenue collectors are mechanized collectors who are given areas within the district assembly for them to collect revenue. The motivation would not be there once they feel like they are mechanized and they receive directly from the controller. So in as much as they go to the field, in as much as whatever they get, they probably, some of them, per the responses that were given, but that there were some persons who have overstayed some specific area and therefore they become that familiarity with those individuals, and regardless of what, they don't even want to go. I believe that there must be constant reshuffle about some of these individuals because this has to do with relationship. So once people keep a long time, then because they are mechanized, they don't have the motivation of going in there. However, we can also substitute some of these. When some of them go on retirement, we probably now can put in measures as to having commission people, give them realistic targets for them to meet, such that they therefore be able to meet some of these things. Otherwise, it becomes a very difficult thing for us to do. And I believe that some of these things ought to be done. And you see some of the excuses that are being given that we are not there, and I mean those ones doesn't fly. You go in, you have assets and liabilities, and I believe that some of the excuses can't fly. There are projects that are about 92%, 98% complete, and you are telling me because the person who started is not in office and therefore we are not going to complete them. You leave them for a year, they will deteriorate. They will
97.5 FM.
Cracks and all of those ones. And now you come back and tell us that there are defects to those projects. I don't believe that that is the way we must utilize public funds. People must take cognizance of the fact that projects are started with needs assessment. And these are done for the benefit of the people in the constituencies and the municipalities. So when you can take proper cognizance of projects that have been given to you and make sure that some of these things are completed for them. You don't leave a project that is 80% complete and go and start another one in the same community. I mean, it doesn't fly.
Anya yati aye one manyan for kwesi kunadu wano aye mention note masabejani wasai aka Public Account Committee when rada wakopia mo awa santimantemu wamohwehwe mo ana womo ayeno waka ho waka sa echem se MMDCs for no akobane se assembly wo hwane abisa womo a womanu ya wode bano no kwasemnie anya de se etosumu
97.
Now we happen to the kind of KASE3 West Not. I have tried to do my testimony. I didn't National Management Organization and a National Disaster Management Organization. Actually, Chabon and Nadmu. I'm paying for Coco Piemo. Now, what am I telling you for Comoco? Galam says we didn't meet in Timao or Pan and Obaco. Now, Pabina near to Munase that Madawayan Catasso. Arriba Chubatias and Quadam Nakutum. Arriba Chassis say, as Mr. Cofin and Quabacoto, Musam, Musam, Comania, Tia. What which they had in a power into a zone of enough fee, whatever education, one more culture, one more years small scale mining. one form of fancy at least young children no some mutu galam say na mon kataso tom esas a global yatin and pempi amount for to tom nem no afre kwa obi atom nem na say so na ba to ba sro pa say galam say no kana say go no mutu wie kura ponya hwekura no amna ne kataso esas do kwa betimi asanso amobi confidence e drum mesre pa say one more do adult small scale mining and I would acquire large scale mining now baby enough for kwa from a good no un kataso de na no that ranch and the beba one mesre say yes na pit no na no wakataso na ya fe na asase no kwa down come be na sanso we gain any fertility back e betimi na bibi na enko ba say e beto wie na ye jade ato sa akeke na dompeli for one so ya tifi that man tem mo e de nsem sei atudwa
97.5
enti baby anata ade wo honum but won so sa ya amana obi tomu a obewu ne a kire mu se o mfa ade enyi hu nyina nhia na mo mfa ahoma ne bi entwa ho nhia no mfa danger mo so baby won so kwa na ye amana donko ne a kire mu so mo mfa dua tintin sim mo mfa danger mo so ye de normal ho do be blo mo de babubo site na obi pie wo obewu se aha me ko ha mepula nti e basa nti ye guso a ye chrekre ya chiro mu no ma bi o mu so ni age ena de beka nsisi e be de akata amna ne so no ye hia a mine small scale miner and responsible mining for no ye nyina ye hia ma ya titim district this is no so ehun wo mbi nti obi a be ni team ye nyina ye hia machine de be ni bibia se de be ni mo ni me ye be sha se akata so ententema san nsu so breakers ye no adu amani pa ewu ato
as a district in
97.5 FM.
I'm about it, so the best practices in terms of mining and another phone so there is a reclamation strategy and safety precautions and so for me I think that Ghana for good never as an Asia and no problem. No pay fast sense as an news any problem. As a DC, when they dissect all the time, they try with the support of the Union gas for by water gas, gender and indication of patrol, the stretches in the year, and saying so, government and my cooperative mining for so by. Say, I had the first one beating every 2 minutes, so they're not more for us. So they are employed, said the man on me, and the Chichi woman. Basa na nipa na we an ho ne we an ho wie ya be no dwane dwane so amana so aka odu no nchechire ya o ja be chechire ya ebeboa em se na ya bia na emu bibire nim as say na do aba be chechire na beboa da ni na ne se kwa be fa so we reclaim na no so no and also idea about one assassin so that as a big nice and that before and mom to am say very good because the man I know am say you who sa ko bi sada so bi kwa ba na say you be check the ba say dey di adwuma kutu ba dem say you say dem ba ene ne da duwe ya mabaha ama be kire say mu fa se mu kwam na adwuma na mo ye no abantimi nyimutum in fact we buy no de maye de ye ni je ho pa ntitie training amode be maye say ye sisi we post no ma no ma hu say ena amra kwara bi beto ba na ye nsem bebre in fact ye ni je ho sa maye sa training de maye ye ni je ho pa ya da mase
abu seni e ko ti ye aya de sebi ma wonum awa 20 do man tem what not and it is a woman who was sent to the one more adult small scale mining from a good year tree. And it is a woman as what you say, well, not more penny for cohort. I come on church, woman tells me to tell Matipa, I can woman if they said yet. I want who cry from my first one. Yeah, to enter say, crown one best young uncle, but it is a man woman to woman won't cry and bet me the first one, also the bet me up one. I'm on folk and so I want me to no some man none da ukopremo western not I 20 for man tem not been penny for as necessary one and then uncle free as I say I don't know
na amai konkro da Ghana hanom say ya fango bua ehuri ade kosro ahonsam kaya na ba yenande wo bia eka bia kodu se wasase kra no ya sentedie mu awase yantumu na anona ranking member on Parliament Energy Committee yan manyafo George Kwame Abuaje anu wasehwe semone mpenimfo kasa wo mokakasa ye adefa ye fango bua ehuri ade akosro no ho no na yanim se eba ye fango bua ni mu a ya wotuo aye wansidi levi na edaso enkasa atuo no ana wasen company fo hwe na nka wo mu yi enfamfiri honum na mbom Ghana hanom se fango na bimba biom enti kakra na wo man konkro Ghana ha se no dudu a wasen ka ye use no ana wo mateso wajam se na se wachina bi no so ekofa wo how be di ba na ye ne den.
The assurance from boss MD and other staffs tells us that we have to be assured that there's enough fuel security no matter what is going on the Strait of Hormuz. So that's to say, okay, I take it in good faith, I accept it, that we have a fuel security. That is the most important thing. But the one aspect is the margin. I complained about it yesterday at the hot issue with TV3, and here it has come at about 40 million cedis. We go down the drain from their margin, and you know that's the money they need to use to do. We say we should organize so that is the money they need to work. You see what they are doing. We should both Parliament. And I'm appealing to parliamentarians and the government of the day that we all have to come together and support us because they are the strategic point that is going to help Ghana. So what they are doing here is for our fuel security, and we need to support them to continue doing that. So I'm appealing. I want to do.
Thank you.
Anya ye aya one manyafa George Kwame Abuaje, ranking member on Parliament Energy Committee, and workers a watchem se ankaya fango boa ehuri kwasro no nyana wasa company for ye no yemfa free ho aya 1 cedi 11 na daso atoa na yade to fango so na wokota anka wosamba tuato no wajam se no mom ana wasa company for hwe na anka won yemfa free so na mom Ghana hasa ya fango boa na ya fango no kakra na wo ha na ya use no ani ya taso wajam se anonso ahwe ya na wotene bi ade ho hawo ade akoba
yankwe no mai na yara so awatwemantemu se assemblyman wono awatwemantemu eyesu nya na pristia potemu wo se wo choma wanka se otuma we bone se wono butuma komego kwesa memu na yebo ni yi pristia de she de film wono opu de wonsem se atwa kansi se masa se he tip compound krampo wo ni bi se omu dodo na opema bia kwa doctor for na nurse for krampo timo mi cheda so omoto mu kra kwa den esa se fa kwa woko ebi ni ho wo mu ni tip compound hospital any ho green compound where bibi any ho eti eba ni se na ya ji se wa otiti dudo na ne nunum bi ni chese bi awa no ho na bi talive na ba keka ne mesi ni aposa no dia na anya sa pa dia wa bon say yes ya todo kuna se na ya chishito wa pani wa chem se sabe ntimi ko ba sama ni nye yes so mo so ya ka Ghana fo mo ka hu bi abatwe ya to santi ko to ye wo mo tubi e ntimi ko ba sa abi se nya pudujuma won mo poto mo na kwa ko ba se yi pristia for the film dia ano be dem pa e to won sam say yi ana de se de wo yi e so de to aban yi enim
ye pa ye che pompa sabe fibe insiani onabo abeka e ba yo ba be shase sabe you fi ho ma me ba ye eno abaye sintudie bi di amaye abra ye wiye na di ntia ye wiye so na me pese sabe ye nya amanfo na aboafo bebo nyina ne se kuro ya kire e na wo hwe so sports game man ya ba hai edom abakuro nu sabe adwuma ye ne so ni pira ne nam in case na nyimire bi epire bi ba na kwan ye be fa so ye ni ya ne bi nka manifest ne bi ni community mu chese ye refer no na se sata me nya ka bi ani ye ne den nti no ene ade assembly member me ni committee for ena nananom any cream penny for a chance and no. A quamber never first company bit me. I said the way that boy. Into no stress and maybe you TV for ya Mumfidi do actually. Yeah, more peer in persuasion. Less stress, Za Casana say, you know, a call a man penny for a said a can be a woman, and now you food be. The best stress will make me about the assembly member Mayfair. Let me reach a chip company yet on the way which way. Now, on my and yet can win the baby man. Now, I need to appease Cassam. Appeal for a do be a and then omutuwe yare awefrem anadwo nti saade omutuwe bua na gisiwa efi se anadwo enya ade a yebe tuanoma apo hospital ana yakọ bebi nti yesu a eso no emse renya midwives any doctors kra na ebeboa yi.
In fact awo kan no such a compound bi wa ha ebeboa because we are not calling them no some pitwa. It is rabbi. Somber boy.
97.5 FM.
I was so come ya janaba kwakonum ana obi ani wasabe wonu me broma ya fo business to dress to matwada we ya this wonu aso atwama ntemu aye prestia huni valley and yet is womo ade some to green compound electoral area assemblyman era friend ni pelefo ni wonu mo team potemonya electoral area ho and yet is womo ade trade ade to abani so mesre pa wo madam se kotono from ana saso da sayem one mesra papa chem compound ade wo mo yeso mu sinwan aka se simulant level ana nkotra nature center friend edu wa children kusie ni chese nkura ana won mo kokoje hwawo wo mesra pa ni penti ni yesi sa chem compound ade ko ba se be kan wurum na mo wa de hu atre ntwi wo mesra ba ne panifo se won ehwe na fo betimi aye kama adamom na bisia won ewo prestia aye vuni valley no wo mo so mapom den etimi ejina bana ne ma kwa wo so a wo metimi enso nya babi akwakwo
Yantu awie kase no so ne fan kwansam foforo so dia abano yanyina mahwoden ho ansemu na ayadasa nansam temnie won manyafo wo hwe yanyina mahwoden anama aya transformer ahodwa wo mo hwe sedada ne nyina wo mo no nyina wo mayi ademo no atimi adiasesa nan ayadasa batodwa wo tiram sem aya electricity company of Ghana wo mo temso say 2,500 ayo transformer wamo de nationwide na is a Ghana for na bia wamo cheche na sika wamo de yes adia na so sika wamo budget here ayo $278 ayo sika wamo budget here wamo de dwumadia sunkwin abema Ghana ba ne nyina mahwoden sam abetimi adimu na anya no nko a wamo san ekyerem se ya hwa Ghana hanom se ye post awodo na woma connect bebre na ajrega bebre na nya papa ebu ho ase na didi ebe so wonom kwesi wonom de yadom na nyina enye ne santinu ayade asa womo 1600 eno no eye post awodo a asani nyina no womo yi ade afiri wo ma na afei womo actimi a replace nya womo de basisa sanai eye 2500
injecting 2,500 distribution transformers.
97.5 FM.
Ones we currently have, and we are replacing hundreds of
97.5 FM.
Those that have already been damaged and have been removed from the network.
97.5 FM.
Poles in the low voltage network under a program we call Operation Keep the Light On. We are installing also under the program we call Operation Keep the Light On. We are providing cable terminations and jumps for underground cable for electrification, including 11 cable and 32 cable networks.
97.5 FM.
Awusa efidie aniade ya adwuma aniti efidie no aho atochima kakayasha ase yebetimi aboye homadini bia asa yebetimi ani Electricity Company of Ghana empefo etimi adi enkomo so da be ya wobetre mu ye esansa womode transformers 2500 and the connection wide abagwa ama yenyina mo ahoden etimi enso agina mu.
Just plus media say me fan to anim woman da chef say woman come to my ban collaboration na one way to my den the ketua bi nti da na aye no nti enko anim why na woman tell say gospel me patch musicians am wo omemu hase no award scheme up e de amamo na we tell me na wa chichi ne beta ba na ba do form esase wo so wo kan obi akrade wo betimi aba ma abo abaso na we mi say wo so dwane kwa ana wotunyum ana wokakwa bi wa motunyum awan sole wudo nyina mu ana ne se right house na mu wo se ICGC na wuko se wuko second chance bia wopambo so na wuko me pastor so na wuko bia no de yansa nimtofu amo eto gospel ene ebebo mabaso badi na se bebo mabaso yi me pastor obada FM efi heye ya wobenya forms ni bia to na wetimi eso nominate na awose ebe kwosui woso wetime eso di enkunimu bie no sampa modem a wo bono ni pehu an ni penso ni so na ma wo be frena ni perifo so di nkomade afaso 0243 448096 0243 448096 anaso se wo be frena perifo 0560 514656 anoso na mo betimi afrena perifo na fo wonu wa mo asatimi adi nkomo na ma koyi asade ma na yekue ni ya pronto bra kan kase boy asoi ya de be kire mu awadtoma ade ne potamu na ukope mu watamade ya Setema Technical Institute sesei ankwada no wo mo bere papa akade anu nyoma ankwada ina teacher fo besuan ana be kabom amadi suana de tetimi akona ni mu no ho fuchi sesei obi enfie mu empanifo obi abom mfita duku ana obi a twina ni danchen sabe pani a wayin from aboni wo bedwom ese na ni danchen kwa asa nye de wanhwe wani mu kama kwa kasa pani hu na wayin from ya na wanhwe okra wa mo chema wa mo so sesei wa mo hiamwa na wan kasa otiri ho ayi bonin aruti wa mo de nsembe to abonti echemu say ade a wa mo chemu nye akare ni o ma wasa no so ade na echisade su akọ nanim anu so say monyo na mpanifo onom eso da school ya no ade nsem say anso ade etwensentofo anim
ni nyina na technology no orosesa nti bon de ehyan school anum ni yanzama ni nyina wa ya adedo ibi enya 50 years ibi enya 40 years ona na yeze chemo famanazi but ni nyina na chi no so yebo ye homozen de yebema wenya ntete no dembra woko aboa no won so botum woza yejuma apart from that no so classroom sam no so aya ohoyen papa dormitories no so oyaza ohoyen school no what we no was a 19 students in the job 22 going forward in this year 4,000 in the boarding house no one kum into no so yeah to say them speak day ya can won no I wanna obey ejuma zefa obey na ban na bisa name for obey ni ya za to won enyim them da obotum wa aboa na yenya boarding house ni bi ezama mbesamba no na onye mbeyimba no.
We are investing in the future that is innovative, self-reliant and resilient. The Regional Coordinating Council remains committed to supporting educational institutions within the region, particularly in strengthening technical and vocational skills training and in supporting a global institution such as this. We will continue to explore partnerships and innovations that enhance skills development and create opportunities for our youth. In conclusion, let us work together, government, institutions, industry, and community to empower our young people with the skills and knowledge that will build their confidence and build their future.
I will say, I am penny for one of Daakye Technical Institute, and you one can put him and the artist of more added some teacher, HM says, Quadano, Woman yam papa say technical school club na de omkora mkoko suansa no dwuma yi woman ya baby mpo na dabrim woman ya baby na machine so no be dwuma so no so monyo yi asembe ni enkran mpo ni na ne wa kwa abanta enti we enkomo kakra ampanifo no at time technical university and institute ano one ade sama ne boyi ana de srede ya betu mpanifo no se manim ya americably so mo hwe na afi wo mo embekọ mo ba se ne be ya de chena de sua anso betimi akona ni
97.5 FM.
Dixon Admaku kisi waya ankane mrasabedanya wajina mo awo anya sotuom na wakasa ejemse and this sichiniya amanya kwabaye ensama wamaka ya no se eye free SHS enam ankane mampeni yera nanado dan kwakufu ado wade baye no anya desa wamu betwem nemu wamu behwe asemukina na kananya ne yanim a free SHS, free eating. Now, so say, free SHS, buy food. Abanisana, Nanyama ato Chimakakra. What James NDC, Wama answer say, and a senior Wamo Bayan and some Wamobaka, yes, Wamoba Sama Kinano, Yamofan Wamodania Wamudino, Sao Bossa Wamosa Wamobabwa, Ashamofan Wamadani Demo Masamo Kinano, Sajano, Wama Feli, Wamo Promesia, Wamomaye.
They need to take the student or school feeding serious, because I remember videos that they were churning out under the MPP administration of how school feeding was so bad. So to get to this instance where the people that promised us very good school feeding are failing, then that means they have not been truthful with us. I think that they told us one thing during the campaign time, and now in government they are failing, and this is one of the quote unquote, I must say, things that the NDC was using in terms of school feeding and how bad it was, and for them to be in government
97.5 FM
and have not attended to our students in terms of their eating, and in fact, from a medical standpoint, some of the children when they come back home is quite troubling. the drop in weight, and I know many families can relate to this, and they wonder why their kids who have gone to school to be educated and need micronutrients are rather deprived of it. And you know, your wellness matters in education, and I'll plead with government and education services that, you know, the school feeding, you can't learn on an empty stomach for so many hours and retain the things you're learning. Is not right. So government or the NDC administration should put their money where their mouth is. After all, they are quoting all kinds of huge profits. So what's happening? You can't feed us, and you are quoting big profits. You know, all the students are asking for is no fuel to eat. And if you are depriving us of the small food, there's a government that promised heaven on earth, and just normal breakfast. You know, how difficult is it to get millet to some of these schools? I'm troubled
millet
by it.
It's not part of the perishables.
No, I'm just making my point.
No, don't make your point on wrong assumptions.
So let me say
yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Yes. So how difficult is it? I mean, I remember the NDC making fun and mockery of the former agric minister who was trying through his own ways to bring plantain to
the surface to sell,
or, you know, local, you know, but at least it relieved some people. Moving perishable things to the many schools in this country should not be that difficult. This one, it should be from farm. It should be from farm to school.
With a normal is that
it should be from farm. From farm to school. And that would be a fantastic program.
97.5 FM.
No, where you go my church so Adefa Aya free senior high school. I'm a friend of my dear mo, and I went my for Dixon. Adumako Kisi, and Canema Sabajania, which no one ya so to and work as a son of Quasam near, and there's some man your corner, one more bossa, one more say, you know, I'll come here quack, sir, and ya no, and a one more edisu, one more say free SHS, free eating, and they will call school no free no. I was so windy free now on tower. Now so what and Diana Sumner and Quaye are not so what they are to Yamapacho DP Technologies Group. Some country, yes, sir. Sir, what be a Juma dear I would be, sir, a year restaurant, boutique, and now so what dinner a year cosmetics, sir. Your child systems and a software bet to me. I do Juma Jenny na. Aqua above from 10 so ababwa. I'm one your customers and your orders, sir. Where water for no we know sicker or make you money. Me pacho. What's up with DP Technologies Group? Now only one more ND and Como 0242 829 891 Zambo Yusuf Shu was a bra. Na ebaje empobo papa abana empobo dia eye Zambo ho ana yekwo akwa jino nse wamadu agiri stand careful asinanimu wa ana abawu Zambo Yusuf Shu ema ho wom emema ho wom emofra ho wom obia ehu ewom bie empobo bia nso awope efitalo wate ade kwa sneakers ade kwa hwan ni nyina obenya bi ewo Zambo Yusuf Shu 0240 940 386 my partner Semes Vital Herbal Mixture and Capsules ewie wunyam pebia kwai na ekopa bi enom esanse ebabua amanya matimi enso akokama pa ade amaw etu honam yaw wusisi na dane dan nyina wo bo homrane ana misisi ana mikotoje Semes Vital Herbal Mixture and Capsules ebedi wasam ade amaw sciatica premature ejaculation mepacho wo ba wo bu wunsa na adane adwajuo na wo bobina na wo bo wunsa o menstruation embeye ba ma wo ko simpaswa ka no abesene na wukọ wodobrada yakasi bo adwuma yi a na nde o mekra ma bre ena se jana nsam na woto no ne ko pedro pananum eno ara Semes Vital Herbal Mixture and Capsules me pacho pebi ababua amatima kolonjeni fre anasa dre ahonya na ewo pharmacies ahodo me pacho bebia wo bia de yan se obeka se o pedro ne ye bana samrane agan Semes Vital Herbal Mixture and Capsules oje mixture na no wadi capsules adiaka ho opedudu atu afre 0244 718 557 anasa 0241 604 702 na onimpenfo endin komo
abusayan toka sabaro so emfabanwo na sentema de ba kwa kana be ha kire pa aye nyinam kani abo na ne sei mabunudu na sun ana obo be kono si ni mita ya de ma no na kisatwea na twen obo asi yusuhwe aso chese prepare amatokra nya sam ketwa na pelufo na sentema betu gyache mu se wamo aso adu mpobo anaso na ese gana fo mpobo mu pa na mu se akane mu nyina so ana ne bonso akwa de ntom tem se de won bete so etu o hagije mu anan ana chiripo eye de wotwe baako ana wono bete so na je ba ni se ntwafo eje so ne na nyansem de ati ongu monte so ne tese gana fodi nkomo ana ebusem bo mo ana mo si o se nkane abo no ekosoro aban da ba se o mate so ntitemu sei na adwenkyere mo ho eresan sei ana dodo na enso ade ebaye
yes yeto 200 cities 200 cities na yeto bo be 1 week equal 2 weeks sometimes 14 days and 13 days na sometimes so depend physics na use say yes so physics ni na yes pedina center sometimes we so be say 3 and 4 but this yeto 200 cities na so physics ni na be 4 days now you be 5 days na so sometimes so say yan so physics ni na kwa you anti say first in more than 1 week but say na one check kwa 5 days 6 days na for 200 cities we dey compare first na the first it lasts more than a check across currency
first near 250 cedis maybe I dey call for 1 week but say ni de yeta endru na moreover ni do light no kra na almost so na asakra bi wa 3 days na 50 cedi asa ebi okra mpo aye dum no na ye sokra na ebi wa 2 days nti emboa ye nkra ti mo hwe no mo mpe bibi enye mfa ho nti se hye ensan de hwe emai aye hu hwe da dada na nti se de ye hu hwe
se de tie no he sa ye hu any improvement bia we are by so ye adwuma nko a e wo say issue a condition ba say ye adwuma de ana edundum no because of say the light na nkasa ewe na yentumi no because we ye adwuma nyina na bosome we to light more than 3,000 at the end of the day we buy o ni parodo ogu a city rodo we tu abo isi nyina aka e mai no mo ye adwuma bitu o mo kanti so light ndo betima ye ho bibia man e be ye de ba de o mo kan de so far ni nya hu se san bia sa fe na bia o mo bete so de a minim ba so betima ye ho bibia man e be ye de because ye tumi nyai enko ye adwuma ene ebinum ede aye we na de bia mo so ra no mo tete amanfo ma so na ene me ni kwa so mo ye no mo ye but say empenyimfo no betima adwene ye ho na on be hwe lighting system na man na ye be feel comfortable ye bare nya de be dia say ja ye ko dwene obi ho
first no de ye to etimidi be say 3 weeks but sisi ade ye to 1 week kra na asa first layer you tall within the range of 1,000 to 1,500. By no no crap on and to me in the end 2 weeks po nasa. Nancy and the toy no last week let's say any ekotobi. And no within 1,500 range in a toy. Maybe I think 10 days in June 2 weeks grand say. It's very quiet toy Nancy and Kawashi crowd within this week crowd a best summer as a sort of account until light need there cause you meet too much inside be and bahokra dadana
abusa wey ko bi adi se bi ni ebo na unso di ache science say light no mo kire mu a won ma ti so na so ti se mo nje so ni Ghana fododo na dun ko mo bi se hwan apu won de wo wi o wọ́n mọ̀ class ayé ni àtẹ́lẹ̀ àti sọ́nà ìṣe ní bọ́ọ̀ fọ́ọ̀mù náà kọ́tọ́ ẹ̀tẹ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n mú kyẹ́mà sẹ́yìn ẹ̀sán ẹ̀tẹ́ ẹ̀tẹ́ sẹ́sẹ́ paa fakọ́ awúwo tiẹ̀ mi firi sẹ́yìn náà wọ́n sọ wọ́n di èsì tiẹ̀ wọ́n di ẹ̀nù tó a sẹ́sẹ́ ẹ̀kyẹ́ sẹ́ ẹ̀ǹkan ní àná sẹ́sẹ́ kura pọ̀ di àmọ́nyọ́n ẹ̀sẹ́ yẹn hu di ẹ̀kọ́ wọ́n bẹ̀ ká asẹ́mu ní kura wọ́n bẹ̀ kọ́ náà ẹ̀nu so yẹ asẹ́mu fòrò ntì díẹ̀ yẹ di wọ́n kúrò mu àná sẹ́sẹ́ obi ẹ̀tì bẹ̀ ká asẹ́mu bẹ̀ kọ́ náà ẹ̀sán ẹ̀tẹ́ mpẹ́nifó diẹ.
yà ń strike.
sáà
ní nyina ka strike nù.
Ayo.
We're going to strike. Crisis.
Yeah, crisis. We were here. It's like that, so. It's almost a wine. I should say. Let's say, I'm going to do can put us and can say, just quite and come to me, secret one can do. And case, yeah, no more. All said, light that ya no on and off into no book, Canadian, on pass a fridge never honey. When you want so simple. Odum wa so so ba no eche ya betwa ko and let we no be na use no huhu na se ba ne se because so na mu che dia na odene ana odene pa woni mi so ofifi no ofifi obi so be use se dia yo media say okay we are in crisis se ba your light we are in crisis okay ya no mu so nche ope I will say you go boka se ne nyina komo yi we dia bu ni se pen tinchirenche na unimsa Ghana yazo say bibia ya technology adechi technology ewiabo technology edwanwumreso technology netose technology na sise AI sama AI de baba padie anya asem ketua oba honi ade design wo be kama na no pa ya de design wo be a play kra wonto play kra wo kofuru bi da as your design palm just as a plane no kra ne dia osan kra to ni design private jet ne nyina ye AI as say ye didi juma AI ebi bua ebi di sua de ebi di kreti nyama bi e wo Ghana ha se na say boys ni mu bi AI no wo mu use a eya mampani
empenifo ne mu bi ministers DCs empenifo titra gasefo nim na de wo mo dia ya de bia ensem bia wo mo ma mo yebos ya some small video bi and de kwa TikTok a enya asem ketwa wona etahwe TikTok pa be hu nya making ni aya wo mo ebu ho ba hu ni ya use bia yera as excellence John Dramani Mahama ebia ni ya use yera Baumia ebia ni ya use Kanema Benada Kwakufado ni dia ya small video na kasa wo mo kan nsem bia mo kan kwasem nie entwa ye no nam so ama yakwa kwakyem rante no mu bia wo mo di AI ayasa niame na ano na won komotwetwe ebi mu kyem se wona se we dia AI eni kwase yanche wo mo ni ade yase dabi na won manya Folamtin apanga why acting deputy CEO Adema Government Commission and wetem se achichi na sa boys na wo mu use AI ade yasa niama no na ensam ukra ya wo mo ma penifo ne ka ade to abonte no kwasem ne anya enti achi na ya chi wo mo ne de wo hu bone bia wo ne kwa so a eno no.
Let us understand that in every proper democratic dispensation, free speech is allowed. It is one of the fundamental rights to every citizen to speak freely. But our right to speak freely is not in isolation. Sure. Our right to speak freely comes with some obligations on our side as citizens. Your right ends at where mine also begins. And so the fact that we have certain rights doesn't also mean that we can abuse those rights. And those rights are also governed within a scope of a particular set of laws. True. I mean, the Criminal Offences Act particularly criminalizes the publication, the reproduction, and the spread of false information. True. Likewise, the Electronic Communication Act also does same. When my brother Dixon says that we don't have laws governing AI, what is AI? AI is electronic. So if you say we don't have laws governing electronic AI, which falls under electronic communication. And so as far as you generate it and you publish it either by social media or through other means electronically, it falls within that ambit of false publication in the area of electronic publication. And so we do have laws governing that. Right. Now, what you need to appreciate is that our creativity also must be guided within certain ethical standards. I mean, imagine a situation where someone thinks that it's within his right to generate AI pictures and videos and the rest, and he goes on to produce nude pictures of you and put them out there and create the impression as though it is you who is in that particular image. I don't think you will take it. And once it's a criminal offense, the law mandates the police to come in when an offense has been committed or suspected to be committed. There's nothing wrong with the arrest.
Anya yati Lampton apanga why acting deputy CEO Adema Government Commission and yetese workers at the Alpha AI as say Manford Dona adi jumedi. Now my partner you makobe adiaba wape barman wana baton shawama kitchen assistant waitress and now waiter and time partner sawitia yanentam animeni ya esan se ante nyame duma 22nd month we ya ena wamo enso ebeye wamo interview and into send we CV adiko onim se betimi aye barman sawama se wo betimi aton kitchen assistant waitress and waiter me part of our CV an application letter at the phone number we so 0542021096 o Francois wabajo so card haba center was a braya rabia edi wafu sanin wabashe etimi aboa etwase ade ama wodachi gardens jumedia bia wodi bia no yababoa wo amanya matimi enso akoso kama pa etimi ade ama yama bia ya eye kama na eye neat na eye nice watimi dia du jumedia bia wodi bia mepachi ma wonkonya amoka no pes apel si DJ abane nyina mankania ene nso samso dia bibia edem sikakuma kra wo empenfo ebesom 0243448096
Abusanya kwai na rewuti me na wo perform me chemo ba fo na yusu na woni sika we de kwakotwa kan do we de kwato mprepre ndi amepato we ye wodi mu so phone is woni ni nkomo emfa tete phone so be ma phone yusu na we twa no kakran te ba no itel phones Opera Techno ana fa Infinix dia woni so phone enso endi nkomo fa kwa wo bia no we betimi aboa ama won so nsa aka wo so ane wodi number no 0245 939938 0245 939938 wo friend na enso ebedi enkomo enable program 2025 eguso a ekoso na yeguso a yeso yegbohu dawru mepato na me adom afiada ana mepato we ebesie wo mo de betu anim science amantu se mepato we obi ebia wo no wo yekuani ana adwumedi awudie bia wo pesika atere wa hiem ama adehye enso atọ no mammo ana ebe patronize mo adwumedi awudie bia no wo pe customers bebre wo pese won tere wo hiem wo mbie branches ahodo we are innovative we are creative we don sa ekana mabom ama ne ye bibi ama sebe ama ne to asumu a Blue Skies Foundation after Red Rose and Albert Hinge Foundation on sebre won be so asene ama won so wetimi akwarim abodabom me patch website our application ebe to so at www.blueskies.com at www.blueskies.com and as our number now we know almost 20 million 0244 793 279 0244 793 279 na fe wonu omo enso etme ati enkomo face of PK breast cancer me patcho wa ba mu anase wa ba ya ho fe wo sisi ho so wa hoden wutime boa mabuna no afa kokram ya de ato madufom ekum madi mmewu breast cancer ya pese entu ase enti woni yenso ya adwene na baboa na wo so do ho ade akopa de me patcho bla na so brai na on so fa ho be sha krade mu wedi mfisha no du wotwe kosi du no wotwe de a obetime aso de ntoma wo ba ya de no na ya boa ako na yetukukram ya de ase na amse me mfanto anim say PK Breast Cancer Foundation ni wo mo ehia wo bi asabi wo obedo manim na face ana brand ambassador enti na krade na dwedi ebekoso de sen chano so ma message 24th May ebekoso na wo bada che fam abrosan kese wona fidie mo obenya wo forms enso chimeto ne bo ofu papa fufule 100 Ghana cedis na da bagi na wo ne mpanimfo enso entumi entu sa aginai na wo be fie he ya enchiremu bia opobia no aronso wonsa ebetumi aka na fei no man so ko yie enso tumi edi ama
abusia ha anya di wesi asoro so na fire ade osoro mrejumedie ade ababasumu na wiei apasme kamienu a wote yanka ayame nana bani abnasoji the news contractor mene
nana chan hine Kofi Lapi enso eni dia mejeso.
And she's got